Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Hi, Philip. Are you okay? Excuse me. Just grabbing a quick drink of my water. Oh, Philip, you're saying yes, you're okay. Hi, Rachel. How are you? Okay, well, today I'm just literally popping on quickly because I've got an offer to tell people about and I've got a project to make, a quick project to make. It's not a ScanNCut project, it's a Stampin' Up project, but if you want to stay with me, it will be lovely for you to stay here. The first thing I just want to tell everybody about, many of you probably know that as well as doing the ScanNCut videos and tutorials, etc., I am a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm fine, thank you, Robert. Thanks for asking. Hi, Cherie. As a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, basically I have an online Stampin' Up shop and I can sell to customers that live in the UK, Austria, France, Germany and the Netherlands. But this offer applies to all Stampin' Up demonstrators, so no matter where in the world you are, this offer is on today and it's for today only. I think it ends around about 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. UK time for us tonight, so I'm not sure what time that will be in your time zone. So, you know, obviously I want to share it with all you that all follow me on YouTube. So basically, Stampin' Up have got a one-day only sale on quite a wide variety of stamps, actually. So as it says here, 24-hour stamp sale, don't miss out, and it is today only. Hi, Diana. So for me personally, for anybody, as I say, that lives in UK, Austria, France, Germany or the Netherlands, and if you want to shop with me, you need to go to my website, www.applelover53.co.uk. On the top of the home page, there's a button that says shop with me 24/7, and that leads you straight to my Stampin' Up online store. Or there's a Stampin' Up tab, and if you click on that, it says shop with me, and that link goes to the same place. And if anybody does want to take advantage of the stamp sale today, it's 15% off, as I say, a wide variety of stamps. And if you do buy, if you could put this host code in at checkout where it says apply coupon code, if I can earn enough rewards this month in September, I might be able to send a little free something to the customers that use this code next month in October. So that's the first thing to let you all know about. So basically, a Stampin' Up 15% discount on a stack of different stamps. There is a blog post on my blog. Again, if you go to my website, applelover53.co.uk, and click on the blog tab, the first post from today, you'll see this image, and next to it there's a blog post. There's a PDF document that tells you all the stamps that are included, and then there's about 7 images, which is just some of the stamps that are included in the offer. There's a lot more than 7. So that's the first thing I wanted to tell everybody about. So Philip is saying midnight New Zealand time. What, so it's midnight now, Philip? So for me it's about 20 to 11 excuse me, on Wednesday morning. So, as I say, depending on where in the world you are, I, hope that you may or may not have missed out on this offer. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat this morning. So that's the first thing I want to tell you about. Then the second thing I just want to remind everybody about is the offer that I've got going on. This is an offer from me, not from Stampin' Up. And this is if anybody buys the Nothing's Better Than bundle, and I'm going to be using Nothing's Better Than for today's little project. So if you buy the bundle, which is basically the stamp set and the dies together, and you have to use the bundle number, so that's 154061. So if anybody in the markets that I can sell in buys this bundle in September through my online Stampin' Up shop, and there's two criteria. You've got to buy the bundle, so you've got to use the bundle number. You can't just put the stamp set and the dies in your basket with their independent numbers. It's got to be the bundle number. And again, if you use the September host code at checkout, this offer from me is only for September. I will send you in October the supplies to make these two cards. So you'll get the base cards, the matting layers, and any extra card that you're going to need to be doing your stamping on. Obviously, I'm not going to stamp the images for you because you'll have the stamp set yourself, because you'll have bought the bundle, but I'm going to send you the card supplies to make these two cards and a PDF printed set of instructions telling you what sizes the cards have been cut out and what sizes the matting layers are. Yours won't all be underlined like this. Mine were just underlined so I knew what colour cardstock and sizes to cut. But you'll basically get the cardstock to make these two cards and a printed PDF instruction, and that's just from me. But you've got to buy the bundle using the bundle number and quote the host code, and that's got to be in September. I have got another offer coming up in October. So if you don't like this bundle, keep an eye out for the offer that I'll be having starting in October, which will be a different bundle with a little different free gift from me. So that's the information from today. And then just to give you an idea, these are a couple more cards I've made with the Nothing's Better Than stamp set. And I just want to show you that how they can look different just by adding a couple of extra different elements in and laying them out in a slightly different order. Just going to zoom out a bit. So same stamp set as these, only this time on Whisper White cardstock, and all as I've done here, I've die cut some circles in coordinating colours of ink that I've used, and this one says today's plan consume cocktails, and then you've got the cocktails. I think this is Melon Mambo and Basic Grey. I've got today's plan consume coffee, and this is done, I think this was So Saffron from memory. And then again, I've got, I think that was Calypso Coral, and this was, I think, possibly Blushing Bride. So 4 different cards made with the same set, but look totally different just by using different colours and just adding in a couple more different, die cuts. So let's catch up and see what you're saying. So Philip's saying no, it's when the sale ends. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay. Oh, so it's 9:44 in the evening there. Okay, and it ends at midnight. Yeah, I think in the UK, I have a feeling it ends around about 10 or 11 o'clock, because although the sale is advertised as being today, Wednesday, for one day only, in the UK, it actually, I think, went live at about 11 p.m. last night. And it's technically a 24-hour sale. So, yeah. So Diana is saying early morning here in the US, I'm in Maine. Okay, well, Diana, if you like, excuse me, any of the stamp sets that are available in the 15% offer, reach out to a Stampin' Up demonstrator and grab them while you can, basically. Right, I've got a little project. I've got all my bits in my box here. I'm going to use a little chocolate bar for this project today, but it would work with a coffee, a coffee sachet or a hot chocolate sachet, or even something like a Costa card if you just want to gift somebody a card. Hi Alison, are you okay? But as I say, I'm just going to do it with a bar of chocolate because, to be perfectly honest, I couldn't find any hot chocolate sachets in the house, and I don't know where my Costa card is to show you me doing it with a card. So there you go. So I'm just going to bring in my trimmer. So I have, this is a piece of early espresso, which is Stampin' Up card. It's like a lovely chocolate brown colour, and I just want to cut this at 4 1/8, which is basically half a piece of A4 card in the UK. You could do this if yours is 8.5 by 11. You could do it at 4 1/4 by 11. I'm just using the length of my UK card here. I love Freddo chocolate, Diana, I really do. So I'm just gonna cut this. This was a scrap of card I had. I'm going to score it at 5 7/8, which, if this piece of card is the right length, 5 7/8 for me should be in half. So let's just double check. Yeah, it is. And then I'm going to score it at 1.5 inches. So our UK card is 11 3/4 inches long. Yours is 11, so you'd score yours at 5.5, and then you could still score it at 1.5, or you could score it at 1. It doesn't really matter. You'll hopefully get the gist of what I'm trying to show. So let me just find a bone folder. Oh, good, Alison. So I folded it in half, and then I'm just going to fold this flap back. So that's actually what I want to end up with. This is going to be where I'm going to put the chocolate and a little insert in a few minutes. Now, you've got options. You could put a tiny little bit of, let me see if I can zoom out a bit more. You could put a tiny little bit of wet glue just on either end and just stick that down. Or you could wrap it with some thread. It's entirely up to you, really. But the first, I'm just going to put that on one side for now, because I'm just going to try and do some stamping, and then I'll see where I'm going to go with it. So I've got a piece of Whisper White card. Now this is 3.5, I think. Let me just double check. Yeah, this is 3.5 inches wide by 5 5/8. So I've just made it a little bit smaller so that it would slide in there, and then if you do glue the sides, you've got room. And then I've cut it at 5 5/8 so that when it sits in there, you've just got a little bit of a border showing at the top. I mean, I'm just kind of showing you a quick idea. You can play around with it and manipulate it and make it work for you. So on this, the first thing I'm going to do is bring in the stamp set. And this is the stamp set, Nothing's Better Than. And from memory, I think this is Connie Stewart's million seller stamp set. And it's just so fun. The wording and things that you can put on this is, you know, well, like I say, it's just fun. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to do Today Is A, and then I'm going to do Chocolate Kind of Day. So I'm going to do the Today Is A first, just at the top here. So I just need to find, today is this block is far too big for this stamp, but not to worry. These photopolymer stamps, they don't half stick to your fingers. Just trying to get it down fairly straight. I'm going to use Early Espresso just to keep in with the cardstock, and the only Early Espresso ink pad I've got is one of these ink spots that I think came in a paper pumpkin that we got earlier on in the year, or I can't remember, it came with something anyway. So I'm just going to stamp this on here and hope I don't get ink all over the place, because as I say, the block is a bit too big. I've just got my Simply Chamois. Excuse me, I have got a real frog in my throat this morning, and it's not a Freddo frog. Haha, excuse the pun. What's Philip saying? Old school library card pocket is what it reminds me of. Oh, okay. I'm not actually sure what... Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah. I was going to say I'm not sure what you mean, but I know what you mean now. So, let me just put that one away. So I've got Today Is and that's, as I say, going to sit in there. And then to save some time, I've got some other bits and pieces, and I've pre-cut some paper. I've pre-cut, stamped and cut. Oh, just need to get all the bits out of my box. I can't pick them up. Hang on a minute. Just gonna have to tip them all out. Let's just move that ink pad. So I've pre-cut some paper, which I'm thinking I may decorate the front up with. I've pre-stamped and cut out some of the chocolate and some other elements. This was a piece of, I'm not sure how well you're going to see this, a piece of scrap that was in my little scrap box, and this is the Dainty Diamonds, I think this is called, embossing folder, which is part of the Peony Suite, and it was just sat in my scrap box, so I thought I'd bring that out. And then this I've die cut from the So Sentimental dies. And then I've got another piece for some more stamping. So let's bring in another box. So what I want here now, I've got Today Is and I want Chocolate Kinda Day. So let me find, I'm going to put that on there. Try and get this all lined up in one go. Can you still see what I'm doing? Chocolate Kind of Day. Is that going to fit? Just about fits on there, I think. Without getting my head too stuck in the video. So I'm going to ink this up now. Looks cool, Philip's saying. Okay, thank you, Philip. So I'm pressing a little bit hard because, to be perfectly honest, I don't know how well inked this ink spot is. I think it is. I think it came with a... Oh, I can't remember. I think it did come with a paper pumpkin or something like that. Anyway, whatever. So I'm just going to, without trying to get my head stuck in the video, get this stamped on here now as best I can on this die cut that I've already done. There you go. So that's, see if I can pick it up without smudging it. Chocolate Kinda Day. That's going to layer up on there, but then I've just got another bit of stamping that I need to do, and what I need for this now is the next part of the saying. So I'm just going to give, if you wonder what I'm doing, I've got my Simply Chamois Excuse me. And I've just cleaning the stamp off camera. Right, I just need to have another quick drink of my water. And I just need to find the next part of my words, which is this. And it says, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too. So let's get this on the block. Ink this one up. Let's see what's, I've just seen something pop up. So Jill's saying, hi Ashley, do you always tend to do your die cut before inking? Just wondering what's the best way. I kind of do both, to be fair. The reason that these are done now is because I actually planned this project over the weekend. And I just thought if I was coming on to do a quick live before, because I'm working today from 12:30. So I thought if I die cut everything, it would save time rather than everybody sat here just watching me die cut. So that's the only reason. But yeah, either way, really. If it was something like this, probably if I was just doing it for me, I'd probably stamp and then die cut, because obviously these are a bit tight on size for me to get these onto. But anyway, we'll see how it looks. But yeah, I've only just started using dies recently. I don't obviously have a big die collection because I tend to use the ScanNCut all the time. But I've bought a few sets recently from Stampin Up, and I've bought the stamp sets and the dies, so that's why I've started using dies a bit more. And things like the shapes like this, the rectangles that are scalloped and stitched, I like those, so that's why I've, and I've got the circles and squares and ovals die. And I've got the other one as well. Is it the label die sets, the ones that are angular? So I've not got lots, but I've got a few. I'm sort of starting a little collection. So we've got today is a chocolate kind of day, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too. So it's just a bit of fun, really, isn't it? So let's have a look and see. So what I was thinking, I'll move all these off and get rid of that because I don't need it now. I was kind of thinking that I might put, this is, I think it's Pool Party, this colour I'm using, by the way, to go with Early Espresso. And this is from one of the 6x6 paper stacks, the double-sided paper stacks. I think this is the Subtles range. So I was thinking that I may stick that down there, and then I may put the opposite side on there. Then I've got a doily. I love these doilies. These are, again, I think from the Prize Peony set. I was thinking I may put the doily down just to add a little bit of extra dimension. And then I've got that piece of embossed card, which I'm not sure whether that's going to go across there. And then these two were going to go on here. And then the rest of it was going to go down here somehow, I think. That's what I was thinking anyway. So let me go for it. I'll just go for it and see what happens. So let me find some adhesive. So do any of you, oh dearie me, excuse me, do any of you use Stampin' Up products? I'm just going to open this out. I'm going to put that there. that's going to go something like that. I'm not going to put this on yet because I'm not sure whether I'm going to tie mine up with baker's twine or whether I'm going to stick it just at the minute. But I do know that I want this to layer up, so I'm going to layer that up on there for now, and then I'll see how it goes. That I think I am going to put on there just to add a little bit of texture, and I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive just in the middle. You're not going to see it because I'm going to cover it up with this, I'm thinking. Or was that for there? Right, I've got all my bits. It's just working out what order to put them all. Let me just get my glue running. That's going to go on there anyway. So if I put that on there, like so. Yeah, I am going to put that on there. So Alan, yes, I use the cardstock and some of the inks with stamps. Alison's saying I don't. Jill's saying yes, I have some and I like the quality of them. I like to mix who I buy from because of the variety offered. Yeah, I mean, I before I started being a demonstrator, I did use the products. I started using them probably about, well, I've been a demo now. This time it'll be 2 years in January. And I had a few years away, so I'm thinking I've probably used the products for maybe about 4 or 5 years. I know a lot of my early videos on YouTube were using some of the products, and I did sign up, but then I kind of dropped more or less instantly. And then I went away for a couple of years, but I still used the products. And then I came back, like I say, nearly 2 years ago. I'm going to pop this one up on dimensionals. But I just like the coordination. I like the fact that if I choose a piece of pink card and I want something to go with it, I know that there'll be something within, you know, any of the colour families that's going to work with it. Whereas before, I used to buy a lot of card online, and I'd start using a piece of, say, pink card, and then I wanted something to go with it, and nothing matched. Nothing was the right kind of colour that matched. So I know with Stampin' Up that even if I use, for instance, something like, say, this Blushing Bride, which is from the Subtles range, I know that I could put another colour with it that's in the Brights or the Regals. So I just kind of like that, you know, that coordination. Right, I'm going to put that there. Then I've got my chocolate, which I think I'm going to pop up. So I'm just going to put dimensionals just on one end, because I'm going to have them just overlapping the words ever so slightly. So I'm going to put that one, something like that. I just think it's a fun set, this, and I think you could use it, you know, for anything. I might put that one there. This one is going to go on here. So what I was going to do, going back to this, if you had a gift card, you could use one of our glue dots on the back of your gift card and just stick it on there. If you've got our multi-purpose liquid glue, if you put a little dab of glue and let it dry so it's clear, it's then repositionable. But I was thinking I'm just going to put my Freddo on there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a little bit of glue, and I'm just going to stick my Freddo on there. That's going to slide in here. And again, it depends on what what thickness you're using. If you were using a gift card or a hot chocolate or coffee sachet, you could probably glue the sides down. I'm thinking what I might do is use some baker's twine and just wrap this up. So I've got two lots. I've got Pool Party and I've got Whisper White. I think I'm going to go with Whisper White. And I'm just going to wrap it round a couple of times before I put that other label on. So let me find my scissors. I've not actually made this, I just kind of planned it out in my head and I just thought I'd try it in a video. I might wrap that round 3 times actually. Tie this in a knot or a bow and you can kind of pull it a little bit tight. Might just knot it first just to make life a little bit easier and then just tie a bow. And I'll just make my bow a little bit smaller. I like baker's twine, but it just sometimes doesn't behave, does it? You know, it starts to kind of, like this one's curling round on itself, but we'll make it work. Or I might just give up and tie it in a knot. Right, I just need to pull that a bit smaller. Just wants to curl around on itself, this one. I'm not going to sit and faff with it for hours. So I'll cut those strings, put those back in the cover because I stabbed myself in the finger with my piercing tool yesterday. So now I'm just going to kind of spread the baker's twine out a little bit. Just fiddle with this a little bit. What you're saying, Janet is saying, I'm a hobby demonstrator, but dropping economics, I find I don't need 300 CSV of products every 3 months. Okay, yeah, I mean, it is difficult, and that's why I dropped the first time a few years ago, because like you say, you buy your starter kit, and then unless you're doing classes, one of my team does classes, and one of my customers does classes, and you know, she prepares a lot of stuff, so it works for her. But now, touching wood, you know, I have customers that buy from me, so they help me, you know, reach my target every quarter, which is lovely. I know this pandemic is awful. In the UK now, we've got to wear masks, even if we, you know, shopkeepers didn't have to, but customers did. Everybody's got to wear them now. They're closing all the bars and restaurants at 10 o'clock at night now for the next 6 months. It's just an absolute nightmare. It really is. Right, so I'm thinking that I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to pop it up on dimensionals just because I've now got this baker's twine. So I'm just going to put a dimensional just above and below this baker's twine, and put this greeting on there. So let's zoom in, see what you think. Let's move all my rubbish out of the way. So we've got a stray dimensional cover there. We've got today is a chocolate kind of day, and I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too. And then when you could put a hole in the top and a bit of ribbon, and then you pull it out, and in this case I've got my little Freddo chocolate bar, but you could put, as I say, you could put a hot chocolate sachet in there. There is you know, you could change the wording to today is a coffee kind of day and put a Costa Coffee card or a Starbucks card or something in there. So what do you think? That was my little project for today. And it's, you know, minimal supplies. Yeah, okay, I, you know, die cut some of this ahead of time, but you know, it wouldn't take that long to make. You don't have to put this bit on the front. You could put that bit, you know, on the bottom or on the side of the card that's going inside. As I say, you could just apply some glue, a thin line of glue down the sides and stick it together. If you were just putting a card in, whatever you want really, but the chocolate bar's not going to fall out because it's attached to the card anyway. You don't have to even attach it to the card. Just a little project that I thought was a little bit of fun and just showing another way to use the stamp set. Let me zoom back out again to give a bit more room, make some room on my desk, and you know, showing a few different project ideas. So that's my little project for this morning. So obviously if Philip's saying it's about 9:45 at night time or something there, I'm guessing that it's going to be kind of nearly bedtime for you. What's everybody else going to be doing with the day? I've got to go to work for 12:30. I'm going to be hopefully doing my usual ScanNCut live on Sunday, although at this moment in time I've no idea what I'm going to be doing. I might have a look in the Canvas projects and see if there's a project in there that I could maybe do. Thanks Cherie, thanks Alison. But I've not really thought that far ahead yet, other than a week on Saturday, which will be the 3rd of October, I am desperately trying to do the World Card Making Day, which some of you may or may know about because I did kind of briefly mention it in a live I did last week. And because of the time zone differences, I am thinking I might try and do 2 lives in the day. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to do one at about 11 o'clock in the morning UK time, and then I'm going to go away and I might come back on about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's a week on Saturday, that's World Card Making Day. So Cherie is saying 8:20 p.m, okay. Diana is saying I'm at 6:15 in the morning, okay. Rachel's saying, Ashley, is there any chance of Christmas card ideas got memory block? Yes, Rachel, my World Card Making Day, which is, as I say, a week on Saturday, I'm going to be using the Poinsettia Petals bundle. So that's going to be all Christmas. And that's kind of, it's World Card Making Day, so you can make any kind of cards and you can come and craft along with me. But I'm kind of using it as my kick-off to Christmas as well. And then going on from there, I've got the Warm and Toasty stamp set. I've got another Christmas greeting stamp set that I'm going to be using. So I am going to be doing some Christmas ideas. But I kind of vowed to myself that I wouldn't really do Christmas until we got into October. I didn't think, I'm not into this Christmas in July or Christmas in August or Christmas September. When we get into October, and as World Card Making Day is the 3rd of October, I'm kind of combining that with a lot of Christmas ideas. But then I will be doing other Christmas projects going forward. So I hope that helps, Rachel. Is it Christmas ideas you want for the ScanNCut as well, or just Christmas ideas in general? Jill is saying a crafting day you think, oh, that's nice. Well, have fun, Jill. Diana is saying, yes, can't wait for that. Oh, thank you, Diana. Is that my World Card Making Day? I'm going to show you a quick sneak peek because you're all here with me. Just bear with me 1 minute. So this project that I'm going to show you now, you may or may not have seen it if you follow me on Instagram because I posted it last night. I'm not making it in the World Card Making Day, but it's made with product that I will be using. So this is my shadow box. Now this shadow box is a cutting file I sell in my online cutting file shop, but all the dies are from the Poinsettia Petals bundle. So I've got the stamp set and the dies, and I made this. So I'm going to be showing this on World Card Making Day, but I'm not actually making this project. But I have got something like 14 projects. I think I've got 12 or 13 different cards, and I've got a small 3D item that I'm making, all with the Poinsettia bundle. And I'm going to be doing a stamped one sheet wonder as well with the Poinsettia Petals stamp set. So that's why I'm kind of combining my World Card Making Day with my kick-off to Christmas. So Rachel's saying, oh great. Alison's saying, I will remember that as my birthday is on the 7th. Okay, World Card Making Day, Alison, is the 3rd. So it's Saturday the 3rd. Diana Pierce, ScanNCut, yes please. ScanNCut and general would be great. Okay. Diana's saying, oh, I love it. Is that this? Okay. Jill, oh, wow, beautiful. That's gorgeous. Wow, that's cool. Okay. Well, anybody can make this, because this, as I said, the shadow box is a file I sell in my ScanNCut cutting file shop, which is on my website, applelover53.co.uk. All as I did, I dragged it out as big as I could get it on a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, and this finished size is just under 6 inches square. So anybody can make the box. There's a video showing how to assemble it in my shop where you buy this, and there's a video on YouTube. It was a video I did years ago, and then I've chopped some of it down and put it with the product. And then all these are all cut with the Poinsettia Petals dies, which if I can just grab it, I'll show you. So these are the Poinsettia Petals dies that match the stamp set. And there's all sorts in here. These are all the dies, and they not only cut, they emboss as well. So you can either just cut them. So on this plush vellum, I just cut them because this is already, what you call it? It's like velvet. I'll try and hold it up. Don't know how well you'll see it. It's already embossed with, like, flocked is the word I'm looking for. But on the pink ones, see, not sure how well you're going to get to see this, but the pink ones I used, when I cut them, I put the embossing section in them, and I embossed them as well as cutting them. There are, let me just get this back in here because they're going the right way. So there's like 3 different sizes of the poinsettia with the additional embossing bit. There's this one here that matches the stamp set, and that's the stamp set that I'm going to be using to do the one sheet wonder. There's also 2 of this size. I don't know how well, try and zoom in. And that's the little tiny section here, this bit. And then there's centres, and then there's holly, and there's leaves, and everything here in this shadow box has been cut using this set. So it really is a lovely set, and the stamps are nice as well. So that, as I say, is going to be what starts my World Card Making Day off. So let me see what people are saying. I'll bring that back in just so you've got something to look at. Did you just say that you made a cut file for the ScanNCut from that? Cherie, yeah, the shadow box, this itself, this box, is a cutting file that I sell in my online shop. Okay, I've answered your question. Okay. Oh, Alison's saying the Saturday before your birthday. Okay, sorry. With you now. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so Saturday the 3rd. As I say, I'm not going to show any of the other projects. I have prepared a lot of them because obviously I don't know how many people are going to be joining me that day, and you know, to sit and die cut all the elements that's going to go to make 14 cards in a 3D project would take some time. So I've kind of pre-cut a lot of the card stock and cut, you know, quite a few of the dies in readiness. But I've got a one sheet wonder to make, which I'll be doing, and then a lot of the other cards I'm going to be assembling. And like I say, I've got another little 3D project that I'm going to be making, which is a little box. That's all I'm saying. And so I'm kind of looking forward to it now. I'm a bit nervous, to be fair, because it's quite a lot of projects to get through. But I talked to a couple of people, and there was kind of, I was never going to please everybody because of the time zone difference. So no matter what time I chose, it was always going to be difficult for somebody. So in the end, I kind of had to decide on a time that suited me, but to try and help out, because originally when I said I was going to come on around about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, somebody said, oh, I'm going to set my alarm and I'll be up at like 5 or 6. And I said, oh no, don't do that. I don't want to be getting people out of the bed. So I thought what I could do is, if I do a live around about 11 and maybe do it for an hour and a half, then I could have a break and get myself some lunch and then come back on in the afternoon, and then at least they'll be recorded, and anybody that gets up later on in the day will be able to catch up on the first one and maybe able to catch the second one live, or, you know, I don't know. That's my thinking anyway. So I don't know what you think about that, but that was my thinking, because obviously like Philip now, you know, 10 o'clock at night and it's, you know, 11 o'clock in the morning here. It's going to be like in the middle of the night. So it just is crazy. I mean, it's lovely that everybody watches me from all around the world. I absolutely love it, and I thank you all for that, and I do thank anybody that does shop with me. But as I say, I don't want you to be staying up into the middle of the night, and I don't want people getting up at like silly o'clock in the morning. So that's my thinking anyway. Break it down into 2 lives, just a few hours apart, at a time that is obviously going to work best for me, but just try and make sure that they're recorded and nothing goes wrong, and then everybody will, you know, be able to watch them later, and you'll still be able to craft along with me even if you're watching it on the replay, won't you? You know. So Philip's saying that sounds like a good idea. Thanks, Philip. And Diana's saying you do your time. Cherie's saying we really care. Oh, thank you, Cherie. But yeah, so anyway, so just coming back to today's project, and for anybody that, you know, may have tuned in late, basically to let everybody know that there's a stamp sale for today only, Wednesday the 23rd of September, 15% off a whole host of stamps in my online shop. If you do shop with me, please use the host code, and then if I earn enough rewards in September, as well as your thank you card, I may be able to send you a little extra gift. So that's the first shameless plug. The second shameless plug is, if you buy the Nothing's Better Than stamp set from me in the month of September using the bundle number and quoting the host code, I will send you the supplies, the cardstock supplies to make these 2 cards, with a printed PDF of instructions so that you can recreate it again if you want to, using your own cardstock, because all the measurements are on here. That will come in the post to you in October, providing you buy the bundle and use the host code. And then a couple of extra projects there just to show you. That's today's make. And that's it. So, has anybody got any questions or anything they want to ask me? Just going to try and have a little bit of a tidy up. So Christmas, as I say, Christmas card ideas are going to be coming in the World Card Making Day, but there will be more card ideas coming going forward because I've got other stamp sets that I've bought that I've not even tried myself yet. So there will be more coming. And then I'll have a look and see if there's anything ScanNCut wise we can do Christmas wise. If anyone's got any ideas of anything specific, let me know for ScanNCut. I'll have a look in the ScanNCut projects as well and see if there's anything in there. But this would make a great Christmas gift for somebody. So what's Philip saying? When making today's project, you could use extra early espresso cardstock to close the site. Yeah, you could. You could add in some extra bits. To be fair, without the Freddo in it, it closes, you know, it would, a little bit of wet glue, just a little bead of wet glue down either side, and this white card slides in and out very easily. It's just because I've got the Freddo, which is quite thick. I think I would still be able to stick it, to be fair, but I just thought I might try it with the baker's twine. But yeah, another idea from Philip there. I mean, this doesn't even have to be using this stamp set, does it? This could just be another gift card holder. Do you remember the one I did a few weeks ago on the ScanNCut? Have I got that handy? Hang on. Let me just see. Do you remember this one I did a few weeks ago on the ScanNCut? This was a ScanNCut project with a belly band. And that was all made directly on the machine if you watched that a few Sundays ago. And that's kind of where I got the idea from, because I thought, well, I've just shown how to do a simple one on the ScanNCut machine. Let's do an easy one for anybody that's not got a ScanNCut, but that has got a scoreboard or a paper trimmer with, you know, with a scoring blade. So that's kind of why I came up with this idea. Cherie is saying, I am really happy. Sling is off today. Oh, fab. Sling is off today, and you've made me want a stamp set that I said I wouldn't need. Oh, God. Oh, Cherie, I'm sorry. I really am. I honestly, I don't know that, I don't think this one is in the 15% off though, Cherie. I'm sorry. But as I say, if you know, have a look on your Stampin' Up Demonstrator's website, you'll see whether it is or isn't. But it's a fun set. I mean, today's plan: consume coffee, cookies, cocktail, chocolate. You make everything better. You could put cocktails, you make everything better. Chocolate, you make everything better. You could put, what else have we got? We've got a day without coffee is like, just kidding, I have no idea. That could be a day without chocolate. You know, it's just a fun set. Today is the one I've used today. What about coffee and be awesome? You're just like chocolate. And then obviously you've got the 2-step stamps for all the elements. So you've got the cookies, you've got the cocktail glass with the ice bit that goes inside, like I've used. I'll show you on this one. It stands out better on this one. Again, you've got the coffee cups like I've used here with the 2-step stamping, so you can fill them in with any colour. And the chocolates like I've used today. I used early espresso for the chocolates, and what I did, I stamped the outline in a full strength early espresso, and then for the filler bits here I inked this up, stamped it off on scrap, and then stamped it in, and that's how you get the lighter colour. So it's just a fun set, photopolymer set. There's 26 stamps in it. You've got the steam as well for the coffee cups. I don't think I put the steam on these. But you know, you've got the steam for the coffee cups, you've got the umbrella and the slice for like the lime or the lemon. It's just a lovely set, it really is. And then there's the little star, which I always seem to forget about because it's tiny, but that's a nice little, you know, for infilling around. It's just a fun set. I just love it. Anyway, so has anybody got any more chatting they want to do? Any questions? Any suggestions? That's my clock going off in the hall, chiming 11:30. So to recap on size for anybody that may have missed, this was a piece of early espresso that I literally just cut A4 in half. I mean, mine was taken from a scrap, as you saw, but you'd get 2 of these from a piece of A4. So mine's cut at 4 1/8 by the length of A4. If you're in the US and you use 8.5 by 11, cut yours at 4 1/4 by 11. Score it in half. So on mine I scored at 5 7/8. You would score at 5 1/2, and then I scored at 1.5 inches to make this, but you could score at 1.5, you could score at 1, you could score at 2, whatever you wanted. And then I just cut my matting layers about 1/4 inch shorter. The white, as I say, was a piece of scrap, a piece of dainty diamond scrap I had in my scrap box. And then I used the So Sentimental dies, I think it is. Just hang on, I'll tell you what it is. I'll find them just on my shelf here. Right, Stitched So Sweetly dies, and they go with the So Sentimental stamp set. And this is what you get. So you get 6 stitched scallop rectangles, and then you get the 4 different shapes. That's one of them, cut out in Night of Navy. I'm not sure how well you're going to see that, if it will focus. With it being Night of Navy, you're probably not going to see it. So yeah, so that was the die set I used. But you could cut it with your paper trimmer, you could cut it with your ScanNCut. If you've got any of the other nested shape sets, you know. Well, I'm glad your sling's off today, Cherie. Anyway, that's something, isn't it? You don't feel as kind of debilitated, do you really, when you've maybe got rid of that? But you're going to have to take it easy and see how you go. So I'll just pop that back on my shelf. Hi, Karen. Are you well? You've got those dies and use them all the time. Yeah, I bought them because I've bought the stamp set, and I decided I'd buy the dies that go with them because I thought with them being rectangles, they're so versatile. Karen's on my team, everybody. Well, it's been recorded, Karen, so hopefully you'll be able to watch it back later. But basically this is the project. Let me move all the other cards out of the way because it's getting a bit confusing. This is the project I've made today, Karen, and mine's just got a little thing that pulls out with a Freddo. But as I was saying, you could put a Costa card in there, or you could put a coffee sachet, or, you know, a hot chocolate sachet. But don't you think, you know, with what's going on in the world at the moment, with this blessed pandemic and the way the world is, if you are working away from your home, so, you know, if you are working in an office or in a shop or wherever, and, you know, you might be on limited staffing. You know, I know a lot of people are working alternate days, aren't they? You know, some people are going in Monday, Wednesday, Friday, some are doing Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, that kind of thing. But wouldn't it be nice if you got, you know, maybe some of those hot chocolate sachets that you can pick up in the supermarket that you can buy, you know, about 5 for £1 or something, and just make something like this and put a hot chocolate sachet in it and just leave it on, you know, a friend's desk, or if you've got a neighbour that lives on their own that you know, nearby, or just go and, you know, knock on the door and pop one through the letterbox, or, you know, just something that doesn't take a lot of time to make, that's not going to cost a lot of money. I mean, a Freddo chocolate in the UK is about, what, oh, they're 25p now. God, didn't they used to be 10p or something at one time? But, you know, something little like that, and it's just a little gift, and it just is something to give somebody. Anyway, that's my thinking. Or if you've got children at school, what about giving that to a teacher? Send the, you know, your child in with one of them for your teacher. I'm sure they'd love that, you know, wouldn't they, in their with their coffee break or something like that. Okay, so anybody got any last questions or anything they want to discuss or talk about before I go? What is it now? 20 to 12. Just have a bit of a tidy up while I'm waiting, put my blocks and things away. Oh, you like the project, Karen? Thank you. Well, it's easy enough to do. And as I say, it doesn't have to be with this set, does it? You could just make this for anything. But I just thought, you know, as there's chocolate and coffee and things in the stamp set, that I'd make it for a chocolate bar. Okay, well, I can't see any more comments. I can't see any questions. So I think that's probably going to be it then for today. Tidy all my bits away while I'm waiting to see if there are any last questions or anything. Oh, Karen, what you saying? Oh, you got your Archon stand yesterday, so ready for launch hopefully soon. Oh, good, Karen. Great. Just play about with it. If you're going to do YouTube, sign into YouTube and make it an what's it called? Is it not private, the other one? Is it no, oh Lord, I can't remember. What do you call it? There's public, private, unlisted, that's it. If you sign into your YouTube channel and click unlisted, you can actually be live, but no one will know you're there. So you can kind of work out your angles and how your camera's looking and all that kind of thing whilst doing an unlisted video. And then what you can do, once you're happy and, you know, you have a look back at it and see that everything looks okay, just go back into your YouTube channel and delete it. I do that sometimes, make it an unlisted and just have a play around, especially if I'm using my switcher software when I'm doing on a Sunday where I've got 2 cameras going, because then I have a camera overhead, which is what I'm using today. I have a camera on the ScanNCut machine. I have my phone in front of me so I can read the comments like I'm reading today, and then I have my iPad on the side, which I use as my switcher. So, you know, sometimes you have a lot going on, so do it as an unlisted and then you'll be able to get all your setup and your lighting and everything correct. My lighting's not brilliant today because it's a bit of a dull day. I've got 2 daylight lamps on my desk, but if I put all the overhead lights on in my room, which will make it a lot brighter, the stand sometimes creates a shadow. So today I've left all my main lights off and I've just got the 2 daylight lamps on. Rachel's saying, quick question, the Christmas flower box, how do you make the box envelope? Oh, for this, Rachel, you'd either have to make a box which is bigger and deeper and put it in a box, or in fact a box probably would be the best. Yeah, you'd just make a box. So you'd have to work out the size of what you make. As I say, this is just under 6 inches, so I would probably need, but you know, bits of the leaves are sticking out. Let's see how wide it actually is with the elements that stick out from the side. So for it to fit in comfortably with all these leaves that are dangling off the sides here, I would probably have to make an 8-inch square box, and the depth, oops, sorry, just knocked the camera with my ruler. The depth would probably have to be about 1.5 inches at least, I'm thinking. So I would need an 8-inch box that's about 1.5 inches deep. So I'd have to work out the measurements for something like that. This, to be fair, isn't going anywhere. I'm just keeping it in my craft room. I just wanted to make it using the poinsettias. I just love this stamp and die set. I think I'm a little bit hooked. And to be fair, when it first came out in the catalogue, I knew it'd be popular and I thought, oh, I'm not buying that. Everyone's going to be doing it. And I've seen loads and loads of projects made using it. And I literally have only just bought this in this month, in September. And it was launched in, whenever it was, when was it? Beginning of August, July? Well, I think we could buy it as demos from about July. But I love it. I just love it. I think it's great. And I think it's going to look different again. When I do my Stamp One Sheet Wonder, it's going to look completely different again. And looking at the samples I've made in all different colours, it just looks different on all the cards. So I am well and truly hooked. So I decided I'd make this. Everything here is current apart from this pink glitter. This is some old pink glimmer card that we used to sell that's retired, but we still do it in silver and gold, and we do it in balmy blue. So, you know, that's the only thing that's not current. Everything else is current. The vellum, the plush velvet vellum. This is, I think it's Blushing Bride. This paper is from the Prize Peony set. This card is from a piece of 12 by 12 Subtle stack. Again, I think it's Blushing Bride. So it's not going in it. But what you could do, you could put some ribbon, glue some ribbon on the back, and then maybe put another piece of card over so you don't see it, and you could hang it. But mine's just going to sit on a shelf that's in my craft room. Great to catch you live tonight. Thanks, Philip. Karen saying, oh, thanks, wondered how you did that. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, unlisted, Karen, is the way to go. If you get stuck, just message me and I'll see if I can help you out, maybe via Zoom or something. But if you, when you log in, just choose the unlisted option and you should be fine. Alison is saying, how do I get the coupon code for the shadow box on your shop? There's no coupon code, Alison. It's just in my... If you go to my applelover53.co.uk website, there's a tab along the top that says Cutting File Shop. If you click on that, this shadow box is near the top of all the cutting files. It's not this, it's not pink. It was in a beigey colour when I last did it, and it's called Shadow Box. And then you pay for it and it's an instant download, Alison, and it'll drop into your downloads folder, and then either open it on your machine and group it with this frame is separate, and then resize it. But to be fair, I did mine in Canvas. I opened it in Canvas Workspace, grouped the actual base, which is the box, and the frame. I grouped them, and then I dragged it out as big as I could get it to fit on a piece of 12 by 12 and sent it over to the machine. I saved it in the machine, and then I deleted the frame so that I could cut the base, and then I reopened the file, and because I've saved it at the bigger size, I was able to then delete the base and cut the frame so it fits. And then, as I say, there's a video on how to assemble it. I mean, if I get brave, I may do it again in another colour on the card making day, but I'd not planned to do it because I've got quite a bit to get through, to be fair. Rachel's saying, okay, we'll have a play. It is stunning, thank you. Okay, you're welcome. I so want that set. Which set, Cherie? The Poinsettia Petals. It's lovely, honestly. It really is. I'm not just saying it. I don't buy things. As a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I've said this before, I don't buy things just for the case of buying them and showing them. I only buy what I actually like and that I will use. So anything I buy from Stampin' Up is because I physically like it and want to use it and make cards with it to send to people or projects and that kind of thing. Because all the cards I make, I do actually use. I mean, some I send occasionally to my team. I send a handmade card to every customer that shops with me every month. So no matter how many people shop with me in August, I sent them all a card. Same in September. Every single month I send a card to a customer. And then what I've started doing is my card sketch that I have on my blog, which by the way is still current until the 25th of September. I've started drawing a name at random from somebody that sends me a picture of their card sketch, and I've been sending them a little bundle of cards. And then obviously occasionally as well, when I'm doing the ScanNCuts, I send, I'll do a bit of a giveaway, like the dog and cat card I gave away. So I make things and I gift them, or I send them to my Stampin' Up teammates, like my upline, not my team, like Karen's part of my team, and some of the others are, but the team that is in my upline, I send cards to them as well. So I only buy what I like, that I know I will use. Did watch that video when you made it. What's that? The box, Karen? The video is on the shop page as well now. I kind of edited it down just to make it a bit easier to understand. But it's really simple to put together, quite frankly. When you cut it, this cuts as one big element, and then you just fold it. All the score lines are in the cut file and everything for you. So you don't have to, mess about with extra pieces. Cherie is saying 99 Australian is too much for me. Oh, is that how much the Poinsettia Petals is? Wow. I think it's about, is it about 40 or 50 pounds, I think, in UK money? I'm not sure. Yes, you made it too. Okay. Well, all I've done, Karen, is just made it bigger. I think the original size, don't think I've still got it unless it's in a drawer. I have a big drawer with a load of samples in, and then when I go off and do like stuff with the makers for the ScanNCut, I take a lot of different samples with me. So I'm not sure whether it's in there or not, or whether it got wrecked, because it was a few years ago I made that one, but it was smaller. I think it was about 3.5 by 3.5. I say this is just under 6. I mean, what you could do, if you could make the cutting file half the size and then cut 2 of it and make it even bigger, but you'd have to split the cutting file, but that's, maybe for another project. I'm not sure. Then you could make it even bigger, but the biggest you'll get it to cut from the cut file I sell at the moment is this size. I've literally dragged this card out to, you know, within an eighth of its life on my mat to get it as big as I can. So, right, it is nearly 5 to 12. I'm going to say goodbye. Thanks to everybody that joined me. For anybody that watches it on the replay, I hope you like the project I've shown today. This was just a sneak peek for the people that were live. But yeah, so I'll talk to you all soon. Alison's saying got it, yay. Okay, what, you've got the cutting file? Okay, well, have fun. So I'm going to go then, because as I say, I've got to get ready to go to work in about 15 minutes. So thanks for joining me, everybody. If anybody has got any suggestions for Sunday, message me, but I think it might be a canvas project on Sunday. I might have a look and see what's in Canvas Workspace and see if there's anything that we've not cut, and maybe see if I can cut something and put something together. Thanks, Cherie. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, probably maybe a canvas project for this coming Sunday, I think. And then if I've got anything else, or I come up with any other ideas, I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow. I may or may not pop on again. I might not. I might just chill out tomorrow and maybe catch up on some housework. So I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Have a lovely rest of your day or evening, depending on where you all are. Thank you for spending your time with me. I know a lot of people are, you know, ScanNCutters. Cherie's saying autumn leaves. I love them. What do you mean, Cherie? You want me to do something with autumn leaves? I don't know. Is that what you're saying? Or have I missed something? Yes, Alison, have a safe day to you. Alison's saying Halloween. I did think Halloween, Alison. You've took the thought out of my mind. I did think Halloween. I was going to have a look with that being in October. I'm not a great Halloween person, but yeah, I was thinking maybe a canvas project, and Halloween did pop into my mind. So maybe I'll have a look and see if there's anything there or anything that I can maybe come up with. We'll see, yeah. But yeah, any other suggestions if anybody's got anything. Right, I'm going to go then. So take care, stay safe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.